Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a Legendary Porpoise, and today we're going to be doing something a little differently. So today I decided to build a really cool, kind of like fantasy feel, medieval-ish bakery. That's something I haven't really touched before, and I thought it'd be a fun little challenge to do something a little bit different and make a small tutorial video on how to go about this. So let's jump straight onto the intro and get started on the video. Alright, so right off the bat, I want to show you the measurements you're going to be working with. You might want to pause this for future reference so you can do this outline, whenever you're building this. But as you can see, it's very simple, it's very basic. Just a couple numbers thrown in there, 5 7s, and a couple 6, evens and odds numbers. But what we're going to do is this first level, we're going to build everything up 5 high. Now what I decided to do is essentially just, mix a variety of some stone and some white plaster to give it that, brighter look. I wanted to do, colors that didn't necessarily blend in with the environment, but that almost looked like it would be a small cottage somewhere or something like that. And so that's why I went with the, I believe it's granite, and then the white plaster, and it looks really good with the Conquest Reforged, mod pack. And you can also do this in vanilla Conquest Reforged. I forgot the name of the block, but there it is. So as I said, we're going to be building everything 5 high, and then we're going to move on to the second story. Now this build is extremely simple. You can build this in vanilla, no problem. You're gonna have to change a couple of the blocks that I use, like vertical half slabs and things like that, but it is still very much doable, and it still comes out very, very cool looking. So then we're gonna just detail a little bit, mix up the blocks, make it kind of detailed and things like that all the way around. And then when that's done, we're pretty much done with the first story. And of course, now moving on to the second story. So you're going to see here I varied these heights a little bit. The 4 centers are going to be 6 high, and the rest of the blocks are going to be 5 high. Now this is to give a variation in the roof, to have it not just one height all the way around. I wanted to give it a little bit of a dimension. But you can see here, if you follow this guide, we're going to do a little bit of tweaking later, but you're going to put a layer of blocks on the corner of each of those wood pillars. Okay, except for the front door and the side door here. But you're going to follow my lead on this one. And like I said, you're going to have variations of 6 high and 5 high. You're going to want to lay or outline those with the wood blocks and have it look just like so. Now, once again, this is the framework, and this is the outline of the second story of the build, and it's going to come across very, very well in the end. Now, you can take whatever block you're choosing. I decided to do blue Tudor to fill it in, and I did a mixture of vertical half slab, blue Tudor, and full blocks, but you can do whatever you'd like, whatever's easiest for you, depending on if you're using the mod or if you're using the vanilla texture pack. Either way, it still comes out just as good, it still comes out just as layered, and it just looks really awesome. So I decided to do just the the plain white blue Tudor ones. Did a little bit of detail, and you'll see that towards the end of the video. And now the next step is going to be the roof outlines. So you can see here, each one's going to actually have a little bit of a different pattern. But for the front door, we're going to have a stair block, another stair block, a full block, a vertical half slab, a full block, another vertical half slab, and then 2 full blocks to make the center. And we're going to repeat that on both sides. Now, on the side outcropping, we're going to do a stair and then another stair. Then we're going to do a full block, a vertical half slab, a full block, and then another vertical half slab, and you're going to repeat that once again on the other side. Now that's going to have the 2 vertical half slabs put together, so since it's 6 wide, and it's going to create an even number, which you're going to have to kind of edit a little bit anyways. Now for the main roof, we're going to do a stair block, make it even with the beam, a full block vertical half slab, full block vertical half slab, repeat all the way up to the center. You're only going to have 1 stair block on this one. And you can see here I messed up a little bit, but I obviously just had to break a few blocks and it was fixed. Now for the right side, where the furnace is going to be, we are going to do something slightly different here. Now it's another even number width, so we're having to do a stair block, another stair block, a vertical half slab, a vertical half slab, and we're going to repeat that, and they're going to meet right there in the middle. Like I said, it's essentially the same design on each one. You just have to tweak it a little bit for your, even widths and your odd widths. Now for this back end, of course, we're going to repeat the one that we did on the front. It's going to be the main section of the roof. And then what we're going to do after we finish this is just simply fill it in. Now I decided to go with a blue roof because I thought that kind of leaned into that fantasy feel. And I thought it worked really, really well with this build. So remember those outlines that we did. So you're going to break those. They were more just for reference, so you can have a better idea as to how you're doing it. And then you just simply fill in the blocks. And you're just going to keep on going like that around the whole roof and fill in the entire thing. Now, I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone who's been supporting this channel so far. All of you have been absolutely amazing. I know I'm saying this in the middle of the video, but I hope you are still here to listen to it. The community has been amazing. I really want to start kind of doing more of these single builds to kind of add some variation into the channel, let y'all build this in your single player worlds or multiplayer, realms, whatever the case may be. But I want to, add a little bit of variety to the channel. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. It would be really great to hear from y'all what y'all would like to see with this channel besides just the Elmoran project. Once again, all of y'all have been amazing. Y'all are so positive, so encouraging, and it's so great to talk to y'all in the comment sections and in the Discord and everything like that. So once again, the links for all the social media is going to be in the description of this video. You can always join the Discord. You can get involved even more so than you already are. It's always great to have y'all in there. And here we are. We're just essentially finishing up the roof, and I'm not going to show you the rest of it, but we're just going to get on through it and keep on moving. Alright, so now it's time for a little bit of filling in and some fine detailing. So once again, you can use whatever material you want for, the overhang here. I decided to just use some wood blocks for the lower ones. I forgot what it's called, but either way, you can use whatever you want. I decided to do a little bit of wood, and then for the top, we used the Tudor wattle block. Now, I think that's a really cool block, especially for the medieval fantasy feels. It just looks really awesome. And what you're going to use is a variation of trapdoors. So there's, I think it's Asian something trapdoors, but it looks really, really good. And then for some of the higher points, I actually used the empty wine rack trapdoors, and it came across really, really well. I thought it added just a nice little pop of color and design on top of this build. And once again, you kind of fill it in with whatever you want and use whatever trapdoors you want that fit your style. Then we're going to use the wooden ramp kind of thing, and we're going to follow it all along the first story all the way around where the roof overhangs on these wooden pillars. And you're just going to follow that just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take whatever wood design that you want, and you're going to use vertical half slabs, and you're going to fill it in all the way around, as you can see here. Now, it was kind of hard to capture all of this in the video because I was going in circles around the build, and I didn't want people to get disoriented if I, looped the replay all the way around the build 24/7. I think that could cause some people to feel sick and get nauseous, and I didn't really want to do that in this video. So just kind of use your imagination, but you'll be able to see it in the final walkthrough as well. Then, last but not least, for the detailing, we're going to put a little bit of wood beams up there. Once again, the beams are only for the support of the second story. You're still going to use those wooden ramp things for the first story to have that finished off. So that's pretty much it. Now we're about to get on with the walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's get on foot in first person and just be able to check out the interior and the overall style of the build. Alright, so here we are for the first person walkthrough. As you can see, this is just a randomly generated single player world, but I thought this looks absolutely beautiful. So I added a little bit to the scene. I added a fence, I added some trees, kind of to give it that whole thing. You're on the road, you're traveling, and this random, bakery is just kind of out in the middle of nowhere for you to, get some drinks, get some food, and kind of enjoy yourself on your travels. So you can see here, I think it just looks absolutely beautiful. I think it's a gorgeous build, but it's so simple. I like simplicity, and you'll see that in my worlds is I don't try to be overly complicated or overly fancy with them. I like simple building. It's just something that has always worked for me, and it's something I I enjoy doing. So you can see here we changed some of those blue Tudor blocks to have some designs to give us some variation, and we added the overhang. Now I didn't include the overhang in the build, and that's just simply because I didn't want this video to be too long, but I also wanted the videos to go slow enough for you to see the whole thing. So this is the interior, and I love the way it turned out. You can purchase goods here, so it's going to be lots of bread, lots of cheese, recipe books, everything you'll ever need in a bakery. And you can see here, this is the little counter area. We have a furnace going on. They're cooking something on the inside as well. And I just love this feel. It's almost homely. It's something you would see once again, like in the middle of a city, or just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I think it fits both of those themes. But you can see here, we got gold, we have cakes, we have bread, we have everything you could ever want in a bakery. And once again, I just love the way it's detailed, and I love the way it turned out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside. I'm going to show y'all the actual furnace that we're going to be cooking the bulk of the food on. I love these little banners here, this flag that's using the Artcraft overlay. If you're interested in that, I can put that in the comments below. But we're going to go out here, and here's the furnace. So we already got bread baking. Oh, that is not supposed to be there. Let me get rid of it. There we go. So yeah, this is the outer portion. I just love the way this looks. I think it fits into the theme of having it out in the open, so you definitely know it's a bakery. We have to make that very abundantly clear. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the living quarters for this. So we're going to go on in here, the stairwell. I didn't want to make it too cluttered. Y'all know me, I don't like a lot of clutter in my builds. I like, once again, very simplistic, nice, organized builds. But we're going to go up into the second story, and I decided to do something a little bit different. You see that accent wall? I love that wallpaper, and I think it looks really, really cool. And I didn't want to do this whole room in that, but I thought it looked really nice with that touch of, that greenish blue color. So we're going to go in here, and this is essentially going to be the baker's study room, where they're going to, put the pen to the paper, and they're going to come up with new recipes and ideas on how to improve on what they have, come up with new recipes and things like that. And I love how this little almost like closet room turned out. It's very simple, very small, kind of cramped, but that's okay. They don't need a ton. And this is going to be the bedroom. Now, I was really proud of this room. I thought it came out really well. We have a little cool brick fireplace, so they can stay warm on cold nights, and just simply a bed, some dressers, a little bit of paintings, some books up on the wall. And I just think it came out really, really well. Once again, I tried not to clutter the area. I tried to make it, very homely and something that you would want to, walk into at the end of a day and feel relaxed and just feel comfortable. So we're just going to go back out, and I'm going to give y'all another overview of the build. I know you kind of already saw, but we're going to go do that again. So once again, let's get one last shot of that interior. It's looking really cool. I'm stuck on a wall. Let me go out the right way. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, one last little picture to show it off, and I love the way it looked. I still love the way it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not your typical tutorial video, but I think I nailed it when it comes to going slow and everything. But once again, this is a Legendary Porpoise. I hope you had a great time in the video, but I'm going to be signing off for the day. I hope you have a wonderful day, and happy gaming.